Hey, so I'm super excited to have you here with me, Susan. And I'd love for you to tell our people, our listeners, about what was going on before you joined the Braver Together Mastermind. I know you've been in it since it's had a couple different changes. And actually you joined a couple other programs with me. So maybe just give our people a listen to what kind of led you in that direction towards some of my coaching and then the mastermind.
Well, I am retired from several things. I am a master's dietitian, retired, a master's educator, K-12, and administrator, retired. And I had a retreat center that I ran for 11 years
Mhm.
and created programs, created retreats, facilitated, did all the things retreat wise. And when I decided that I was not going to do that anymore, a lot of work on my part as I am retired from a lot of things. I thought, well, I'm not finished yet. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, really. I was a transformation life purpose coach, I mean. And I thought, I would really like to help people transform and change their lives when they're searching for something new in some new direction, like I am. So I thought, why not put myself through that? So I joined I don't know how you do it, say it, ghosted you for years. Didn't really even know I'd met you in person in, of all places, Roswell, New Mexico, years ago. And so I decided that I would like to try I think it's Nourished Life Club.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yep.
was a 3-month program. And I was looking at some anger issues due to my ADHD and other things. But I was also looking at coaching and a movement. How
Mm.
am I going to nourish my life from now? How am I going to nourish others' lives? I completed that program and I realized that I really wanted to take it deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I transitioned into the mastermind. I can't remember what it was called back then, and COVID hit.
Yeah.
So my goal in the first part of the mastermind was to become a transformation life coach, which I did do.
Yes. I love this story and it's helpful for me to remember it too. We were talking earlier today about on one of our calls about how we never know where we're going to meet our next client, and sometimes they're, someone we met a long time ago in another land, which would be called Roswell, and and you never know when that moment's going to hit. And none of us knew COVID was going to hit, and I had created this little thing called Nourished Life Club, which we all really needed when March hit that 2020. And yeah, so I love that you've been in the mastermind for so long. You're a key component, and you know that. You're a key member of our core group, and we've added people, we've subtracted people. So what drew you to kind of upgrade into the mastermind, and what have you seen or learned from being kind of immersed in that for all these years?
Well, I knew as a former of all the things that you can't really do something new and something really important all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so you really need a community, which is my emphasis now is all about community. You
Mm-hmm.
need a community to help you create the things you want to do, to get the education and the knowledge you want to have, to get the confidence. As at the beginning of this, I was always like, I considered myself the resident idiot. I didn't know anything. I used to know technology and it had gone way over my head. I didn't I didn't feel qualified to be a part of this group, but that was because I hadn't been a part of the group. Once
Mm.
becoming a part of the group, I realized that we each have our own qualifications, gifts, and talents that we bring to the group, and we are synergistic in that way. We don't do it by ourselves, we do it by the numbers. And every time we get together in one of our meetings, I learn something, and I learn it usually from something that I didn't ask, but somebody else did or shared. So I have stuck with it as I've transitioned and transformed myself into these different avenues that I am pursuing now. I've written some books and creating a program around those books, and I've created a membership community based on unity and connection and collaboration and networking and all the things, and most importantly, food.
We love food. We love food, but we love community. Yeah, you and I have that in common. We love community. We love getting together in person. And you have never missed a live event. And yeah, I'm really glad you brought up the books. I mean, since I've known you, you've created books. You've and the power of the mastermind is we're gonna all walk together through change. We're gonna walk through so many changes. Like, okay, I think I'm going this way. Well, that feels yucky, or that didn't work. And then, it's like this constant realignment. And we can see ourselves in the experience and hear ourselves, but also get that validation of women that know you deeply. And we all get to know each other pretty darn well. And we have a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun together, especially in person, but even on some of our Zooms, even on some of our Zooms. And so what would you say to someone that's maybe sitting on the fence out there stalking us, stalking you and me, and stalking the group? And maybe they were ghosting, maybe they're out ghosting. But what would you say to them about joining us in the Braver Together Mastermind?
What I would say is you need to look at what is it you want to grow and mature and become a better person, and a person who's able to bring their gifts and talents to others. And how are you going to do that? Again, we talked about you can't do it all by yourself. So I know, it can be quite a financial commitment, but there are ways to do that. The financial commitment is an excuse. It's not a reason for not being a part of something like this when it's that important. And you don't know that until you're in it and you realize, oh yeah, I should have done this a long time ago, or I'm going to keep doing this. So it's a commitment that all those little fears you have, write them down on a piece of paper. And then for each fear, look at what is going to allay that fear. What can you do to allay that fear? That's transformation. That's making the changes you need to make in order to do it. And this is what this kind of program does. The mastermind does that. And it just doesn't do it with Diane. It does it with Diane, but it does it with all the other people in the mastermind. And those people come from all different backgrounds with all different talents and gifts, and they share. And that's invaluable. It's priceless.
I agree. I mean, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again right now. You guys are my favorite thing I do, and I love our calls on Monday. I love our get-togethers. I love when we have our retreats. I love bringing guest experts in. It's like, the more the merrier, because when we gather new people in, it's like, oh, that just expands our community. It enhances what we might know and learn from that person. And it's kind of mind-boggling what we are able to learn just from one another, from our unique backgrounds and experiences on every single call. Even today's was just like mind blown. So
Well, and I might add though that when you're in this group, you are receiving things that you would not get from a workbook alone. from looking it up on the internet, from any kind of AI program or whatever you want to call it. I got more even out of, now a certified transformation life coach. So I went through all the certification and all the things. And, but I have gotten more at how to apply that and
Mhm.
use it and answer my questions when I'm confused. And if someone doesn't know it, somebody else is going to know it.
Mhm.
And they give, just as it, for instance, in the call we had today, we talked about a certain program, and the person had that program pretty well lined out. But what she received from the group was the confirmation and the all the little tweaks and the things that she could do with that to really make it special.
Yeah.
And that's what this collaboration is about.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I'm starting to realize it's these little nuances. And because, a lot of us have a lot of experience, we've done these things before, but just those little extra things that we shared on the call today were so valuable for our other friend. And she's no slacker. She's a dynamo herself. And just the power of, someone else's brain on our business, and then, but someone else's heart too, because I know she took time out of her schedule to help you with something recently. And that's, that actually is really cool. It's really cool. So one more final question, and then there could be another one, but my final question, our group is called the Braver Together Mastermind. And we've had a couple names, and I love this name because it says exactly what we are, because we are braver together. But what does that mean to you? What is a braver together woman?
Someone who's not afraid to put themselves out there, who isn't shy of sharing their gifts and talents, who realizes that she may not have all the answers. She may have a lot more questions, but she's going to get answers to those questions and to the things that she needs in a group, in a mastermind like this. She's going to get confidence.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to become brave,
Mm-hmm.
braver, bravest, however you want to call it, and go out there and make a success. And when she falters, as we all do, there'll be people there to pick her up. There'll
Mm-hmm.
be there to dust her off and keep her on the path. When she wants to hang it all up, there'll be someone there who says, "Nah, don't do it yet. Let's try this." And sure enough, your path will move forward, and you'll be a success if you stick with it and you have the mindset and the attitude that you are going to succeed, and these people are going to help you do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. It's so good. And this is why you keep coming back. I mean, most of the women in our group now really are long timers, or old timers, or whatever we want to call it. And that honestly is the magic. That's I say it's there's a short-term commitment when you first start, but it's really a long-term program, because and not everybody is the right fit, and that's okay. But the right fit, we provide such a safe haven, like you mentioned, that there's going to be days when we all of us at the same moment want to burn our business down. And, but most of the time, it's not everybody all at once. So we're able to, lift that person up and just say, "You're all right. We got you covered," because we all know that this is a calling. This is a calling. This is a life purpose. This is a gifting in our life. It's looked different. It's had different names. We've had all different titles. But we've been doing what we've done, but each of us uniquely, for our whole life long. For our whole life long. So I'm super grateful that you are in. I know you almost thought about leaving, and I'm glad you didn't. Is there anything else you want to share?
Just that um, the the importance of the group is not all about me. It's not all about you. It's about us.
Mhm.
And it's about all the things that we can offer each other. And you don't get that unless you have a leader who brings everybody together and says, okay, guys, let's do this. Okay, I know this person in the group knows this, and
Mm.
this person knows that, and we can get you together to do that. And you have even, helped me meet new people that are in your realm, but not in mine.
Mhm.
And that's been real helpful and exciting to get to know new people
Mhm.
and to learn from them also. So it doesn't just stop with the you and the me and the mastermind. It's a world. It's a world community of women who are interconnected, and we are just fortunate to be connected in this little portion
Right.
of the world.
Yeah, I love that. I'm doing a training, I've done it before, but it's called Creating a Mastermind Lifestyle. And because really, I think that's what we do, right? Like by connecting this person to that person and oh, you need to know her and she needs to know you. And I'm thinking about a few that I've been able to connect to you. And I just thought, oh my gosh, they have to know Susan. This woman needs to know Susan. And what a blessing that is. Well, thank you so much for your time, my dear. Thank you for being a valuable partner in the mastermind and a committed member. And I love you. I love you all the time. I love your humor. I love your spunk. I love your quirkiness. And I've gotten to see it in multitudes of occasions. And I'm just grateful for you, Susan.
Thank you. I just learned recently that I'm actually called a unicorn. I've always been called unique, but you know how unicorns are very unique and you don't even know they're out there till you're confronted with them. So I thank you for embracing my unicornness, and I love you too, Diane.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening.